Well, it's now time for one of the most anticipated segments in Friday Briefing. We're talking about Willice the Word Master with Mind Your Language, and I get to ask him the questions today. I feel very lucky. Willice, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing from Kisumu?
I'm doing good, Edith. You know what?
Yes.
I almost said good evening, Betty, but I've gotten it right now.
Excellent. So let's get to the words, because Edith is your favorite anchor. Do you say favorite, favorite, or favorite? Or how do you say that word?
Well, Edith, we have the word right, R-I-T-E, rite of passage. But when we have the word favorite, it's a mistake for anybody to say favorite. We don't have a diphthong, that is a dual vowel glide, at the terminal part of that word. We say favorite, just like we say hypocrite.
Favorite.
Hypocrite.
What about congestion? When it's rush hour, Nairobi has a lot of congestion. Is it congestion? I've heard congestion. I've heard congestion.
We say congestion, congestion. We don't say congestion, congestion, congestion. No, congestion. Just like we have the word digestion, digestion, and we have the question, question, not question.
Not question, question. Okay, so here's one of my favorite ones. Did I say that right? Favorite.
Very right.
Excellent. So Muhammad Ali is a niche reporter. Is it niche or is it niche?
We have two alternative pronunciations for that word, Edith. We say niche, and you can also say niche. Certain English words have more than one acceptable pronunciation, just like we say finance or finance, issue or issue. So niche or niche.
Niche or niche. Speaking of niche, there are some niche, is it advertisements, advertisements? How exactly do you say that word?
A very tricky one. We have what we call inflection of words, the changing of the form of words for grammatical function. So when we have the verb to advertise, ties, to advertise, but the moment we change that word for grammatical function into a noun, Edith, we now say advertisement, advertisement, not advertisement. And here I'm talking about RP.
Right. So are there any other words which follow this rule apart from advertisement?
Yes, I've said you say advertise or advertise, but then we say advertisement. We also say invite, but we don't say invitation. We say invitation. Combine, combination, not combination. So when words change their form grammatically, then you'll have what we call partial change of pronunciation in certain words, not all, certain English words.
Passion change of pronunciation. Okay, so how do you say, if you give lawyers a constitution, they may interpret or interpret?
Well, we have the primary stress on the second syllable. Primary stress. You say interpret, 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 not interpret. Just like we say investigate, not investigate. Investigate.
Investigate, interpret. Okay,
yes.
Let's just set the record straight. The Garden of Eden or the Garden of Eden? And is it Edith or Edith?
Well, it's good you've asked.
Yes.
First and foremost, before I can respond to your question, Edith, I have to say you surprised me at one stage in English, because your English is so refined. When you said Edith, Many people say Edith because of, the spelling. But that word or the name is Edith, just the way you pronounce it. We also say Eden or Eden, not Eden. Most of us say the Garden of Eden. We say the Garden of Eden or Eden, not Eden, the way it is spelled.
The Garden of Eden or Eden. Or Eden. All right. Whew.
Eden or Eden.
Eden or Eden. Finally, my last word for today. Do you say bed sheet? I want to cover myself with a bed sheet. Is it the difference between basically a ship on water or a sheep on the field?
Oh, we have double E forming the long vowel sound E in sheep, sheep, condor, sheep. Then when we talk of the vessel on water, we talk of ship, ship. That is the short vowel sound E. Just like we say bed sheet, sheet, not bed sheet. Sheet is S-H-I-T, which is in
Something,
fact a very bad word for me to use right here. Yes.
Okay, and finally,
There you are.
Willice, what is your surprise word for this evening?
Yes.
I'm very eager to know.
My surprise word, maybe those who deal with literature may like the word so much, or those who are actors, the thespians and all that. We say soliloquy. Soliloquy. When we have somebody talking on stage, soliloquy. But many people say soliloquy. So actors should catch this. Soliloquy. When a person talks on stage, talking to himself or herself, or talking his thoughts out, we say that is a case of soliloquy. Qui, not kai. Just like we say colloquy.
All right.
Colloquy,
and
not colloquy.
Willice, when do you know how to say soliloquy and not, for example, Paraguay and Paraguay?
Now, we have what we call irregular letter sequences and sound values, my dear sister Edith, when we talk about words. In this case, you may find a word like hard. Hard, it's hard, H-A-R-D, hard.
Hard.
But when we talk about that room in a hospital, we won't say the word, we now say ward. So you'll realize that the same letter sequence A-R-D, in hard we have ard, in ward we have odd. So we should be aware of such aspects of phonology when we talk about the standard English pronunciations.
Woof! I think I've had enough for this evening, Willice. Thank you so much for your lessons on Mind Your Language.
Welcome always.
Well, thank you very much for that, Willice.